Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to episode 52 in this series. We are of course playing the 24 custom casters scenario. We are playing as Brandcaster and our goal is to be the last caster standing in Europe. Right, in the previous episode we fought and beat Holcaster and its allies. So we took a bunch of land from Hessen, we took a bunch of land from Holcaster itself. We fought Scania, took this territory, but we didn't actually demand it from them, and we thrashed Prussia. We are now trying to recover a little bit, get a bit of money back, get a bit of manpower back, most importantly, and try and balance our budget. We just handed out our estates, so our estates are now, again, mostly nobility. And we are waiting for Diplotech 25 so we can start building our fleet. Okay, good. Go away. And we had a couple of rebel issues, like that one, in fact. Ottocaster will cede a bunch of land to Transdanubia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. Transdanubia is getting really rather large. I'd very much like to be able to drop my army maintenance, however there are just so many uprisings I wouldn't feel particularly comfortable doing so. How much are we paying out in? Not much. Alright. So let's pull our troops back away from the borders. We'll make sure our forts are off, because we do not wish to pay for them. In fact, our forts are probably a rather large tax burden. So some of them are going to have to go. You are a level 6, level 4. I think we'll get rid of you then. All of those are needed. These 3 are not. I think we'll keep Holland and get rid of the other 2. Oh no, you're blocking that. In fact, we could probably get rid of Holland. Keep those 2, because this one will protect stuff around it, and then this one protects both of those. Those are not overlapping, those aren't, those aren't. These ones are actually quite well positioned up there. Right, so we got rid of 2. Not as many as I would have hoped, but we kind of want this ability to lose the front line and then push back like we did when we needed all the rebels. But I need to find ways of saving a bit of money. Lost a general, now would be actually a pretty good time to get a new one. We have very high military tradition. You are not a very good general, so we're not going to keep you. You aren't great either. Come on, you can do better than this. Still not good enough. Better. 4633, much better. And we can give you to someone. In fact, we have 2 generals who are not currently assigned. There we are. We do have mostly 3 stars, a couple of 2s. We're not quite as elite as we once were. We did just spend a whole bunch of... just found a blister. Oh, no wonder my arm was hurting. We did just spend a bunch of military power on increasing development for our armies. Cool. Yeah, our overextension is very high. That might actually be contributing to why we're not making much money right now. Because that does reduce the amount, well, it increases the amount of unrest, which is bad because more unrest equals less money. Stability doesn't matter. Trade power abroad. We don't do much trade, so that's not too potent. It's going to be mostly the revolt risk. Revolt risk is actually a pretty big reduction in money. Let's see, tax. Does it increase our how is it? Could have sworn unrest reduced the amount of money you made. Huh, maybe it doesn't. Could have sworn it did. Oh well, it's no matter. Well, we can just let it... do we have any revolts, like, imminent? One. We are going to reduce our maintenance to about half. And we'll just have to combine troops in large forces when it comes to beating down the rebels. In fact, the next group will be coming in Tyrol and Lienz. Oh yeah, we definitely want to stop them spawning there. So you and you can come to Tyrol, and you can go to Lienz. In fact, you, Lienz, you, Tyrol. What's the force supply limit? 36, not great. And we'll have another army here, just in case. And we are still fabricating claims, of course we are. We should really continue. So, Francaster. We want Picardy. We've already got a claim on that one, which we need to spread our troops. We also want to fabricate some on them. Do we not have any? Yeah, we do. Fabricate on Antwerpen, which will then allow us, with these two in hand, to fully unite these provinces. Are you guys actually got unrest? Yes, a little. That is unfortunate. Now we have built up some admin points, so we can start reducing the overextension. We'll lose that. I don't want to lose stability. Stability right now would be expensive because of our religious disunity. We actually have potential problems from that, actually. If we look at our religious map mode, yeah, especially down here, a lot of Catholicism is holding out. I don't know if you stayed Catholic. Guess I just haven't converted you, and here are the rebels. Right, so how are they going to fight against our morale? They're a -4! Ouch! Don't think I've ever seen a -4. But they're going to suffer horrific casualties. So as we just decimate their armies, they're not even hurting. In fact, our morale is... No, that's... Never mind. That was discipline. No, tactics. So, irrelevant. Okay, fine. Cool. We won. Where's next? That is a lot of places. Basically the whole of Austria. And everything that we took from Midcaster. So I think that we are going to take a bunch of you guys and then generally just spread you out down here. Something along these lines. Particularly where there's mountains. We are making a little bit of money, not a huge amount though. And the next time we go to war, we must remember to do the war taxes. We did not do that in the previous war, and that probably would have saved us a lot of cash, especially as we have no real problems with military maintenance. Sorry, not military power, admin power. Monarch points, that's what I'm trying to say. Right, diplomats, are you all busy? Yes, you are, of course. Raising relations with Anjou and Porcaster in case... Oh yeah, and we have a huge coalition. Basically everything in this dark red is in the coalition against us. So if they ever trigger, that is going to be fun times. So I am a little bit aware of that. However, we do have a humongous army. And the potential to get even more. That's why I'm really kind of hoping my manpower trickles up a bit more, so that we can better fight in any future attack. Right, next one. Actually, we have some rather expensive advisors. That's also going to be putting a dent into our income. And I would like to reduce the inflation. It's only so high. Why is it so high? No, it's going up very slightly because of gold mines. It's fine. I mean, we can take loans if we absolutely have to. They're just a pain to repay. I'd rather not do it if I can avoid it at all. Royal marriage ended. It's unfortunate. Can we get a new one? How's their aggressive expansion with us? Brauswijk and Geldern, or Gelre as it should be known. Oh, thank you, Porcaster. Has that revolt just not happened then? Apparently not. So you and you go there. You two may not be needed. You go up there. So I kind of suspect that Porecaster's got this. Though these are my rebels. Or are they Holcaster? No, they're Holcaster. Never mind. They're not my rebels. If they were my actual rebels, then they would be spanking Porecaster's army, because rebels tend to get your discipline, which is kind of silly. Like, why would rebels be as disciplined as the most professional army in the world? Who knows? Yes, I know I'm attacking with low morale, but I'm hoping that my superior firepower defeats them before morale becomes an issue, as in fact it is. Squish. We did take the territory, unfortunately, but we can get it back easily enough. The only problem is doing so probably costs a bit more manpower, but we are now getting 3.6 thousand a month. Conversion successful. Good. Start on another. In fact, maybe we should start doing some of these quick ones just to get them out the way. Probably a good idea. Speaking of that, we should start doing some more coring. Overextension being the thing holding us back right now. Who are you at war with? Oh, Lancaster. Okay. And there's a revolt in Hessen. That is a lot of revolting people. Also known as peasants. Group you and attack. Now we want to consolidate. This is actually going to be a much closer fight than I would be comfortable with, so we're going to send in some more reinforcements, and we'll put you in München just to make sure they don't capture that fort, because that would be a real pain to have to take back. Alright, how's this going to go? We're at -2, but our army is quite significantly stronger, so hopefully our lack of morale will not count against us too badly. We do have reinforcements on the way, though it seems they were not needed. Okay, so the war that Gencaster was fighting in, I think, has just ended as well. Who's the better sieger? The one moving away. That'll do. Right, a couple more rebels coming, but we should be able to deal with them, alright. We've gained a core province. Holland. Marvellous. Overextension is ticking down. With the less overextension there is, the less unrest there is, and the more happy everyone is, and the more money we start making. See, we're definitely making more money now, and I'm pretty sure that's because unrest is going down. It factors in, it's just not saying how or where. Truce with Polcast has expired, eh? Who are you allied with? No one important. I'd kind of like to declare war on them before they have a chance to join the coalition. Too late. Didn't have any diplomats ready. I'm kind of okay just to sit back for a little while and let my manpower increase. And hopefully in that time some of the coalition against us leaves. As unfortunately you cannot separate people out in coalitions. Meaning you can't separate them out and just take chunks of land from each, which is what I've been doing. Definitely the easiest way to expand. I mean, I think our country has kind of exploded in the last 50 years, but I feel like we're still a little slow. Like, we still have to take England all the way down to Iberia, and this area too. And certainly the way to get down into Turkey and the Balkans would be through Polcaster right now. Anyway. Any more? No. Still dealing with the overextension. Thankfully the administrative efficiency means that it's cheaper to core. I didn't know it increased liberty desire. That's interesting. Oh, revolt Bremen. You two, deal with it. Oh, you're not split up. You should be. It's fine. We'll send these two in, then we'll split them. Crush them. Together. Thank you. Alright, another conversion. I think we're going to continue with the quick ones. Get them out of the way. Get our religious unity up. And also those with the same religion pay more tax and contribute more manpower, so we kind of need it. The area down there is very wealthy, so the more of that we can clean up, the better it would be. Alright, split those up, that's fine. We are still making money, which is nice. I'd like a bit of a war chest, if at all possible, before we go into any potential wars. Everyone is fabricating, everyone's doing what they should be doing. Holcaster lost some land abroad. Holcaster is looking a little sorry for itself at this point. I think we might be on the verge of knocking them out. In fact, we haven't checked which casters are still in for a while. I need to update my end plate. Maybe I'll do that after this episode. Our caster is back. They're really back. Okay, that's another core done. So that should also increase the amount of money we were making because it's not overextension. However, we do not quite have the admin monarch points to get these. They're all kind of expensive. Is that all because they have the patriotic thing? Yeah. Irritating. Power projection is falling, mostly because I have no rivals, so I can't actually increase it anymore. Once that's gone, that's going to be annoying, because it means we're earning less monarch points over all. Okay, so we have finished a bunch of, or some, fabrications. Should we start fabricating on Lancaster? I think we probably should. We are 13,000 men outstanding, that's fine. As soon as we lift... oh, wow, we have a whole bunch of rebels who are going to fire very soon. Where? East, west, west, east. A bunch of them in the east, so all of you lot, come over here. And we will ensure that you are supported over there. Sure. Who are you? Why did you want access? Oh, probably because you're stuck over there. Fair enough. Oh, you're kidding me. I don't want to do this. I definitely don't want to do that though, so we'll wait until 113. We need more money. Otherwise it's going to mean we have to take a tax. I really don't want to take out a tax. I mean a tax alone. I'd love to increase taxes. But yeah, it's to abolish the tax. Revolt, Nuremberg. Are you fighting anyone here? No. Okay, we got away. I don't know if we'll be able to wait another month, otherwise it's just going to do that one automatically. We'll try. Is that saying Lancaster was caught? Oh well. Okay, we have the money to now pay that tax off, abolish the tax. As long as that didn't go up, it did not go up, good. Great Advisor died, that's irritating. Although I think I'm going to stick with a level 1, I don't really need any of these. In fact, I'm not even going to get one. Although, yeah, I need to raise armies again. So that we're in a position to actually fight these guys back. They landed all the way over there. Alright, we'll get our troops in position and then we can go and kill them. And actually I'm totally fine with all these rebels kicking off. Because as they kick off, then entire groups of areas lose their unrest because they get a minus 100 unrest thing. Like if we click on Tyrol, for example, because that was one of the ones that fired up, it has a recent uprising -100. So unrest is 0. So this is curing a lot of our unrest issues. So it's another reason why we're making more money now. Top ones. Alright. I'd really like to be able to get, what they're called, religious ideas or humanist ideas, because that would help deal with our religious issues. But we are back up to 70%. It's better. And that in turn would make us more stable and give us more cash. Right, can we beat them before our morale runs out? That is the eternal question. My guess would be yes. My guess was correct. Although because we are fighting our own rebels, we of course are taking a whole ton of damage. So we're going to have a bunch of, 22,000 troops that we need to get back. Right, let's kill them. That's the same challenge, so we have a -1 because we crossed a river. We could have gone all the way around, but yeah. I don't really care. Can we? No, we can't. Uprising in Ostfriesland. Okay, we have plenty of troops over here, so deal with them before they take the fort, if you please. That would be very much appreciated. We have won the siege of Plock. Marvellous. We are still making some money, though we are probably paying out in reinforcements. Yes, we are. Bamberg, Tuchel, and then that's almost it in terms of uprisings for this round. How's the overextension? Down to 44%, however we cannot yet increase it. So I apologise for this having to be a recovery episode, but you know, they are required from time to time. I would like to push ever further west, but I can't just yet. The coalition raid against us is rather big and rather threatening, so I'm kind of hoping some people start leaving it once our internal stability issues are dealt with. And that was another reason actually, is because we had so many rebels coming up and we need to sort out our treasury. Unfortunately we lost a whole chunk of cash which I'd been saving up in case we did run into problems. Thankfully we didn't have to take out a loan, which would have been terrible because then you have to pay interest on it and that means you're earning less money. But still, fort maintenance is still horrifically high. I'm wondering if I should just get rid of some of these internal ones. I mean, you are like right in there. You know what? Yeah, we will. The coastal ones will keep. Will we? No, we won't. Because I never turn them on anyway. So that right now they're just wasting money. So that one I should have kept because now Prussia can go through there. Oh well. You can't get through Lienz right now, so yes, we will get rid of this one. And that one's just too far inland. As is this one. Garten is needed because it's a blocking position. I think the rest are fine. Yeah, that's fine. So that should have reduced our fort maintenance, by 10. Good. Saves us a nice bit of money. This is forever ticking up. I'd love to be able to pay some of that off, but I can't. Okay, Burkers are now happy, as are the nobility. It's just the clergy who are not. And in fact, having the clergy unhappy is losing us 10% tax. And probably actually more if there's wherever the clergy is actually active, they are probably losing us even more money. Estates. So here, what penalties do the clergy give us locally? We are currently getting a local unrest of +5 because of the clergy being unhappy. So there you go. They're increasing unrest, which of course decreases the amount of money you make. So as soon as the clergy are happy, we're making 10% plus the unrest. And that should stabilise my economy quite a lot. Is there anything I can do to make them happy? I can pay them a chunk of cash, can't I? It's actually somewhat tempting to do that. Oh wow, Andrew is losing hard. I'm surprised they've not called me into that war. I could certainly have helped them out. Who are you actually fighting? Islecaster and Lancaster, is that it? Oh, you're probably at war with Mittercaster as well. Well, Mittercaster aren't very scary, so meh. Lancaster, Aracaster, Mittercaster, Islecaster. Have we fabricated everything on them? No, we have not. Trying to do is click on that. Oh, it's only Smolensk. Hang on, I gave Smolensk back to... Damn it, Sizdal! I gave Smolensk back to you for free because I didn't want to core it, and you've lost it already. Arrgh. And I can make another core, and in fact I'm going to do the big one. Alright, we are very nearly in a position where we can go to war again. We're getting a decent amount of manpower. Treasury is stacking up quite nicely. I'm so tempted to spend that 300. Oh no, 500. Which would raise your thingy to 45, which is happy. It's above 40. Our trade's actually giving us a bit of cash this time. And there are a number of revolts still likely to happen, so I cannot reduce my army maintenance further. Is that just because of the overextension? You know what, I'm gonna do a bit of work on this. I'm gonna raise autonomy, which reduces your unrest. Likewise, Munster, which is there. And you're almost cured anyway. Bamberg likewise. So basically, yes, when this is done, or in fact just by solving this. Oh, it's actually a plus 30% because it's minus 10%. Now because they're happy it's plus 20% because their influence is fairly high. So that should actually dramatically increase the amount of money I'm making. It has! Good. And are these unrest places still unhappy? Bamberg is kind of. Munster is kind of. Zeeland is kind of. Oh, we're at speed 3. Should have been speed 4. I apologise for that. I think we are going to be in a position to persecute some conflicts in the next episode. We're making a good amount of money again. And yeah, maintenance. Manpower is getting up there too. Cool. So who would we go after? It's difficult because they are all in coalition against us. Like Polcaster would be the obvious choice. We could even go after Lancaster. No ships. Can't do that. But coalition means that they would be a tough one to go after. Another conversion. I kind of want the coalition to declare war on me just so I can finish them off. It would be one hell of a war, particularly down here. Oh, lovely. That's really, really strong. That also allows me to build some stuff. Or we could just keep the cash in case we need it. I'm going to keep the cash, and I'm actually going to buy some more troops. Might as well. My usual standard. So that will get us up to, what, 264? We'll get 2 more sets. Something like that. And we'll leave the rest of the cash, because obviously the more troops we have, the less money or less income that we will generate. And with those we should be in a pretty strong position to go after these guys, especially if half of them have their hands full in other wars. Yeah, it's just annoying that we wouldn't be able to separate piece people out and take bigger chunks of territory off of them. Poor caster will give land to our caster. Yes. Oh yeah, I meant to do that a while ago. Whoops. Am I able to do this yet? Next month I can. No, I can. Good. And that is the last of the overextension going. We have some rebels that we can go and throw troops at to defeat. Hopefully before that fort falls. Because that's a really high level fort. I'd rather it didn't fall. It's going to fall though. Bugger. Just too late. Oh, there was a War of Independence which Lancaster won. It's unfortunate, that would have weakened them quite significantly. A good victory, though we are going to have to leave a whole bunch of troops here. Siege 3, Siege 2, so you can go away and we'll leave the others here, it's fine. We are still making money. These new armies are nearly done. And oh, that was quick. I guess they had no garrison. I was expecting this siege to be a long, painful, drawn-out affair because it's a level 8, and level 8 sieges tend to be really nasty. But thankfully it was not so. Alright. And with that, I'm going to end this episode, so thank you very much for watching. Frankfurt. I need to keep the claims going. I'm going to do one more claim. Against Polk. No, we've actually claimed everything of Polcaster now. Frankfurt was belonging to Sungau? No, yes. Fabricate. Frankfurt. Okay. Cool. So that is the end of this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you are enjoying this series, and I very much hope you are. Next episode, there will be a war, I hope. I think we are in a very strong position to go after the coalition now, so we are going to be kind of gearing up for that conflict. We've saved up a bunch of cash for it. We've got a fair amount of manpower. I could always do with a bit more. But as long as we win the opening stages of the fight, so we'll probably link up our troops again to do it, as long as I remember, then we should be alright to do that. How many troops do we actually have now, out of interest? Military armies. We have now got 278,000 men. Our nearest rival is Vijayanagara with 146. Our nearest European is 96,000 with Oilcaster. Transnubia only has 69,000, really. Transnubia are a bit of a paper tiger. They look big, but they're not that strong. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.